To the I-Team now, a young mother from Paulding County claims a local business discriminated against her by firing her, in part because she was breastfeeding.
When she tried to take her former boss to court, she learned a harsh lesson. In Georgia, for small businesses, that's legal.
The woman told her story to Fox 5 I-Team reporter Johnny Edwards. He says her case points to a gap in the law that some lawmakers are trying to fill. Johnny?
Well, Jaylee Morrison's employer told her straight up she didn't want to deal with a waitress who needs breaks to pump breast milk. In most states, that would leave a company wide open to litigation, but not Georgia. Now some lawmakers are asking, given the state's 6-week abortion ban, should Georgia do more to protect new moms?
And I was like, this cannot be real.
21-year-old Jaylee Morrison could hardly believe her eyes. Her boss at the pizza restaurant fired her by text and put this in writing. I didn't know you were lactating, and we don't have breaks to pump every 25 minutes when you are the only server on.
I just asked for one 5 to 10 minute break to pump, just so that my chest wasn't over full or painful.
She only worked one shift there, her first time back in the workforce after giving birth to her son Asher 8 months earlier. Her boss also brought up how she'd made a few time off requests for family issues, saying, I think it's best we just see this as a sign and part ways. Sorry.
So I was mad, I was stressed, I was anxious, and then now the thoughts of oh, I'm gonna have to scramble for another job because I need the money now.
Jaylee also thought she had grounds to sue, so she hired a lawyer and filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, a required step for her discrimination claim. But that all came to a halt when an EEOC investigator sent her this, saying the feds don't have authority because the restaurant doesn't have enough workers. The threshold under federal law, at least 15 employees.
I think they had around 10 to 12.
Jaylee's ex-boss declined to go on camera, but in a statement said, we are in compliance with all applicable laws and wish her all the best for her future.
That we don't have laws that make that illegal in Georgia, to me, is stunning.
Atlanta employment attorney Amanda Farahani did not represent Jaylee, but said her case points to shortcomings in the law. Has that employer done anything wrong?
Have they done anything wrong, or can they be held liable? Of course, that employer has done something wrong, but the employer will not be held responsible for it because that employer has too few employees to be covered by the federal law, and Georgia doesn't have any laws that protect that employee.
That's something she's trying to change. Earlier this year, Farahani helped draft the Pregnancy Protection Act, a Georgia law allowing women to sue for discrimination with a threshold of 10 employees. State Senator Brian Strickland introduced the bill in the Georgia Senate.
Being pro-life, I'm proud to say I'm pro-life, but it's beyond just protecting the baby. I think it also includes protecting the mother.
The bill never reached the Senate or House floors and died at the end of the legislative session. Farahani hopes the bill will be brought up again next year.
So we're talking about if you're going to make women have kids, then you should at least allow them to work.
Her proposal would allow women to sue in superior and state courts instead of relying on federal courts, known for dismissing a lot of discrimination cases before they ever reach a jury. Farahani says that would help even women working for bigger companies, such as this client of her firm who is suing Racetrack. Amy Loudermilk accused the company of cutting off her paychecks after she told a manager at this Cherokee County gas station she was pregnant and asked for a lighter workload.
From the day I told him I was pregnant, it was completely different.
Her federal lawsuit says the company took her off the schedule and put her on unpaid medical leave.
Basically, they were just trying to get me kind of out the door where I could have worked.
The company denied her allegations in court documents and declined to comment for Fox 5. Senator Strickland told me the bill didn't move because some lawmakers had concerns about adding regulations on businesses and wanted to see how some new federal protections for pregnant women play out first. He said he plans to reintroduce the Pregnancy Protection Act in the next session. He also plans to hold a hearing on the issue next month in a study committee he chairs on child care affordability. Russ, Courtney?
Wow, it is really surprising to hear these complaints from women and hearing that there aren't really grounds for a lawsuit here. But what about the Pump Act that was passed last year? Wouldn't that cover situations like these?
That's a good point. That's one of those new federal regulations. The answer is no. That falls under the Federal Fair Labor Standards Act. So if a business can prove an undue hardship, like, for example, we're a small restaurant with only one server on a shift, then no, that worker would not be covered.
Wow.
Well, unpaid medical leave, if true, unpaid medical leave for pregnancy sounds absurd as well. We'll have to see how all this plays out.
That's a fancy way of saying no pay.
Yeah, especially at a time when you got a lot of costs attached to a baby on the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Really enlightening. Johnny, thanks.